Hello, welcome to Signs and Wonders. This video is a short, sharp lesson in Greek philosophy, and I promise you it's not difficult to understand. And if you've been following my work, you will know that I often talk about the idea in Jewish Kabbalah that there are four worlds and that each world builds on the next until something comes into being. Now, in Greek philosophy, you have a similar idea with Aristotle's four causes. So let's have a look at those. So what Aristotle says is that the first cause of anything, the primary mover of anything, is what is there as a substance. And you could say, in your case, it's you, right? In the case of something else that you might want to make, like if you're a dressmaker, the substance might be, the primary substance might be a piece of cloth, or for a carpenter, it might be a piece of wood. But we have our first cause in the substance of what we've got. And that's called hyli in Greek. And then the next cause is something called the formal cause, which in Greek is eidos, which is the same as our idea, the notion that we have ideas about what we're going to do with the substance. So as a dress designer, I can look at a piece of fabric and I can say, that piece of fabric, that nice bit of silk, I always used to like working with silk. I could make such and such a thing out of that. That's my idea. So then I have to move into the efficient cause. And the efficient cause is getting that idea made, So to be efficient, having had the idea, I might have to get out a pair of dressmaking scissors or pins or a pattern or whatever. So that's the formal, turning the formal cause and becoming efficient with it means that I can move towards telos, which is the final cause. I can make the dress. Or a carpenter can make the table, what he's going to make, for example. So if you think of those four causes in terms of who you are, and you want to make something out of yourself, right? That's a very good starting concept, really, is to discover what is the substance that you've got to work with. Astrology can come into that, as I've said before. You can look at your natal chart. Some people have had this idea that the natal chart tells you the cards that are in your hand, and you can treat that like a game of cards, a game of poker or something. Look at, I've got these cards in my hand. I can make the best approach out of these, and I can do that just like I can with a piece of fabric. I can say, I can go back to the substance. Okay, so it's silk or it's velvet, or you can see I like romantic fabrics. And then I can say to myself, what is my idea? What can I make out of this? And then I can say, how do I make it? How do I get down to making it? Okay, then I become efficient. And then finally I get a result. That's my telos. That's what I'm moving towards, a final result. And you could say it's the same with those four stages throughout creation. A seed is a primary cause. A seed contains the substance, and the seed gets activated by the ideas embedded in the seed, and then it becomes efficient. It starts growing and developing, and then the telos is the flower or the plant or the apple tree, whatever. So perhaps you can see then that you're not going to create anything for your final cause if it hasn't actually got some relevance to the basic substance of what is there in the first place. And the substance of what is there in the first place is what you've got to work with. And you can't impose ideas on it. You can't impose impose a kind of formality and try and make it into something else. You can't make an apple tree if this is a seed for a pear tree. So this is why your astrological chart can be so useful to you, because you can start seeing, okay, what is the substance that I've chosen to work with? Right? Take it a step further back. Look at the story of, choosing your incarnation. So I've come into this life in order to do this, and therefore part of me somehow has got all the substantial qualifications to do this. And if I'm not doing it, then I need to go back and say, I can't, hold on. What's out of kilter here? Perhaps I need to go back to my previous incarnation. Perhaps I need to kind of get some kind of concept of what happened between my last death and my new birth. And that can be done with the help of guided journeys with people who are specialists in taking you back into those places. But once you've got the sense of the substance of who you are, like the dressmaker, you can design the garment that you want as your final offering. So have a look at those ideas, those 4 stages. And they do occur in the Kabbalistic system of the 4 worlds. So there's a creative world, there's a world of spirit, and that's the basic substance. And then again, there's a second world of ideas. That's where the archangels hang out. After all, angels are actually ideas. Ideas in the mind of God, we could say. And then formation in the Kabbalistic system is the 3rd world. And, that's the efficient place. Formation is, like the baby growing in the womb. And then there's the last world in which something arrives. So we have these 4 stages. And in order to work well and be fulfilled and satisfied in the world, we need to know what our basic substance is. We need to get a sense of coherence that we are working from something spiritual, our spiritual substance, and then we are taking on the appropriate ideas, designing what we're going to do, and then becoming efficient, kind of doing it, or forming it, or putting it together, if you like, until it arrives in the world. And all kinds of creative processes follow that model, whether it's dressmaking or carpentry or writing a book or whatever. And you can apply it to all those smaller things, but you can apply this 4 stages of the 4 causes or the 4 worlds. You can apply it to your whole life. And this is why in my particularly special offer program at the moment, Grounding Your Life Purpose, I introduce you to the ideas of different areas of life in which you can express your spiritual substance, and ask you to look at it from all 4 angles: the spiritual, the mental, the emotional. That's where things are formed, in the emotions, right? You form things in your life because you love them and you're committed to them. And then you get your result. That's in the physical world. The flower will arrive in your hand that you dreamt about before you were born. Okay, so that's possibly enough philosophy for this episode, but I'll be back with more. And just let me know, give me a message in the box, let me know how that works for you. Many blessings. keep shining.